I'm Nikki.
I am Nick.
And together we're Nikki Nick. Today we're going to be reacting to more of TheOdd1sOut because this one's recently posted. So it's called My Horrible Spelling. Spelled very horribly. Horrible spelling.
Oh, so, spelling has one out.
Yeah. And the teacher, the first screen that you see is teacher spelled wrong. So I think I'm pretty good at spelling.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm going to credit spell check a whole lot.
I use Google.
Autocorrect.
I use Google search
engine.
Autocorrect.
Yeah,
if I have to.
I think I'm pretty good though. Like I think that when it comes to spelling, as long as it's not like too difficult of a word,
I kind of doubt myself.
I'm pretty good. Sometimes though, sometimes I do. I'm just like that doesn't look like.
That looks like a silly Billy word, and you look it up and.
Like kernel. I'm so
C-O-L-O-N-E-L.
I'm so pissed at that word. Why is it spelled like that? Where is the R?
Because I said so.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling some type of way about that, but I think that's just like the English language there. It's tricking me.
Probably trying to change it because
to me, it looks like colonial.
Back in the day when...
And I look like an idiot when I'm just like, oh, it's Colonial Street. And someone was just like, no, it's Colonel Street. I was like, where's the R?
No,
it's not. Anyway, so I'm excited to jump in. I always love watching TheOdd1sOut.
Yeah.
Mad respect for him. So you ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Here we...
Oh, it might help if we actually turn on the volume.
And...
No, like to my computer.
Oops.
I just noticed that it was off. Sorry, y'all. Little technical difficulties. Ooh, that's loud. Okay, there we go.
Okay, class. Spell Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I don't know how to spell Wednesday.
He's the only one in the class.
Just sounded out. Oh, okay. So, like this?
See?
No,
that's what
for real, though.
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday. That's how I remembered how to spell it.
Sounded out. Nothing sounded out. You think you have it bad? Do is spelled with an X. I think it comes to no surprise.
It's mostly
that
just
I'm
memory.
at spelling. I feel like everyone in life falls into two categories. Either you're good at math and bad at reading, or you're weird. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm a math boy. My mom told me that I have dyslexia because she has dyslexia and I have all the symptoms, but we never got that diagnosed by a doctor, so... You can't make me take my meds, Mom! A lot of times what I do to cover up the fact that I spell lower than a first grade level is I will purposely misspell words to the point where it's obviously a joke. You thought I was doing that to be funny, but it's actually because I have zero self-confidence in my spelling and I don't want anyone to point out my mistakes. I mentioned this in a different video, but in elementary school, I was put into an honors program and everyone had to take spelling tests a grade ahead of their level. And by everyone, I mean everyone except me, because I failed every single spelling test.
Yeah.
Spelling tests that were on level. Ew. Every week when we took a spelling test, I would have to move to the back of the classroom, and the teacher would stand right next to me. She'd call out everyone else's word, which had like 8 syllables, like anti-disestablishmentarianism, and then she'd turn to me and give me my on-level word. James, your word is cat. Also, one year our class was spelling bee and everyone had to participate, and like, I didn't even care that I was the first one out.
Me too.
My name.
But I wasn't first.
That I mentioned in a pretty old
I got my first word wrong.
I used to have a speech impediment when I was little. I couldn't pronounce my O's and I talked like this. I'm good now. Obviously. So every other day during school, I had to go to a speech therapy class, and one day the teacher who taught me how to pronounce my O's, called her Mrs. Kool-Aid,
not everywhere.
gave me this sheet of paper with a bunch of raindrops on it, and she said, for every raindrop on this page, say the word raindrop. But then she just left the room, and I said, well, I'm not going to do this. A single time. Because, like, no one was even there. No one would have seen me not saying raindrop. So why would I do something that I didn't want to do? But then, the funny part is, when she came back, she asked, are you finished saying your raindrops? No. Well, how many did you say? I didn't say any.
You told her?
You stupid child. I told her the truth for some reason. I don't know why. It was probably the easiest lie in my life to get away with.
Honestly,
but that's why I remember this story. I'm still mad at myself for telling the truth. And I had to say raindrop a bunch of times in front of her, and she would only go to the next raindrop until I said it right. And it was terrible. Really hurt my feelings. Since I was struggling with reading and spelling, I had to get an IEP. An incredible, excellent personality, which meant I had to go to a special class for a little bit during school, and the teacher who taught this class was none other than Mrs. Kool-Aid. Oh yeah. I don't know why I said it like
He spelled Kool-Aid
I don't
right.
remember anyone ever telling me I was put into a special needs class. I just remember going into speech therapy every other day, and then those classes slowly morphed into teaching me how to read and spell. I don't know, I thought reading this book would have helped me talk better. 2 other kids were in the reading class with me, and I remember the day when reading for me just clicked. Us 3 were given a simple sentence to read. It was about bees. It was so simple. It was literally just, to defend their hive from wasps, bees don't sting the wasp. Instead, they all crowd around the wasp and flap their wings to raise their body temperature, heating up the wasp until it dies. And then Mrs. Kool-Aid asked us,
Is that a real
how
thing?
do bees defend against wasps? And the other 2 kids said, they sting them. And I said, what? No, you moans! Didn't you weed this? The words in this paper have meaning when placed in a certain order convey information. Also, I never want to get hugged by a bee. So I was in these classes all the way until the 6th grade. I was getting better at reading. It still wasn't great, but I was getting better at it. And one day, Mrs. Kool-Aid said, you know, James, you should try competing in the Battle of the Books. Battle of the Books? Battle of the Books? Battle of the Books! Finally, reading sounds fun! At my school, Battle of the Books was this competition where students were given a list of 4 books to read within a time limit of like 2 months. I don't remember how long it was.
Oh my god, I remember this.
The contestants would sit in an auditorium and take turns answering questions about the books. And whoever got the most questions right would get a pizza party. And that's where the battle part comes in. We'd kill each other for pizza. And then there were 2 more rounds, each with 4 more books. So there was a
But it was fun with a group of
books
people.
you had to read. And we were allowed to
Like
be
the
with
pizza
a
party.
So my partner
You know?
was TJ.
Yeah.
Hey TJ, do you remember Battle of the Books? Yeah, man, it was great. Now you're probably
You almost
thinking that
sounds just
4
like him.
books in 2 months isn't that hard, especially since they're kids' books. But as someone who didn't read
RuneScape.
any
I
books
saw
on my
RuneScape.
own outside of school, it was a challenge. But I discovered a way to cheat the system. I discovered
Spartacus.
something called
Cliff Notes.
Close.
Instead of having to sit
audiobooks.
still and read the book, I could just have someone read the book to me. And I would get
True.
through the book
Oh,
so
I can't
much
pay attention
faster.
as well.
I'd be able to read a book in
hard
about
for
8
me.
hours as opposed to reading a book never, because I would never be able to finish a book on my own. And I was actually able to understand what was going on. I legitimately thought that listening to audiobooks was cheating because of how well it worked. So I never told anyone my secret. Until just now. Please don't tell anyone. Also, I didn't just turn on an audiobook and start playing video games. No, I sat in my bed next to the CD player and followed along with the book, and sometimes I even took notes.
Wow.
I've wanted to talk about my love for audiobooks for so long, but I can't.
I might do that from now
because
on in
then
the car or
people think I'm getting
something.
paid by a
Yeah.
certain company,
Why don't
but I'm
more people
not,
use
and I'll
audiobooks?
prove it. Instead of wasting your money on
Not.
quality audiobooks made by professionals, you guys should all check out LibriVox.org, where you can listen to free public domain audiobooks, which means there's only old-timey classical books on it, like Aesop's Fables, which in
It's
my opinion
hilarious
is all you need. Anyway,
because the
TJ and I
advertisement
did
next to
the
this
Battle
video
of the Books,
is
and on one of the
audiobook.
rounds, TJ was sick, so I had to answer the questions all by myself, and I never
Isn't
forgave him
that
for that.
funny?
And also
Scary.
the whole time I was keeping track of everyone's points, and me and TJ got the most questions right. My math skills are finally being useful. I was already craving the pizza. After the last round, the teacher said, okay, I'll tally up all the points.
What happened?
You all
That's
know
not
who
her.
the winner is in a couple of weeks. But since I was keeping track of everyone's score, I already
knew.
knew we won.
Ooh,
I turned to
that was-
TJ and I said, TJ, guess what? We already... Oh, this is the round that you were sick of. How did I not notice that until just now? But then, a couple of weeks go by, and I'm not hearing any news about a pizza party. I was expecting to walk into class one day, and there would just be a pile of pizza boxes waiting for me.
James.
That never happened. The teacher in charge of the competition was the librarian, so one day I went up to her and I asked, so, did you ever say who won the Battle of the Books? Also, my favorite pizza is barbecue chicken. And she said,
Oh, that sounds
these
so
2
good
5th
right now.
graders won. So the Battle of the Books was for both 5th and 6th graders. I was a 6th grader, so I went to all the 6th grader battles. But apparently, there was some low-life 5th grader who got every single question right and stole my pizza party. And that taught me a valuable lesson. Even when you work hard, you don't always get what you want in life. But that's
He's surrounded
okay,
by younger James.
because one day, you'll be an adult and you can buy all the pizza you want without
Dang, dude. Go ahead.
Were those empty or were they real?
Soccer, I mean football?
That was
This is
the best
100%
ending.
James. This isn't someone else doing the end card. This is me. This is James. I would never ask
James.
someone else to make an end card for me because I was too lazy. You guys should check out the channel Get Mads. Get Mads. Am I pronouncing that right? He helps me edit my videos for my second channel. That's right. I have a second channel with a total of 6 videos. Count them 6. 6
Count
videos.
6.
And also, as per usual, I need to thank my colorist who made this video look absolutely amazing. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Everyone go watch these guys' videos for a solid 4,000 hours, including Mads. And as always,
4,000
what
hours.
does James say for his outros again? Strap up if you're going on a bumpy ride. Wait, no, that's not it at all. Buckle up. Wait, no, that's way too American. Wear your seatbelt.
I
love how that
will.
started
I
with
don't
his-
forget wearing my seatbelt.
I love like the progression of that video. How it started with his horrible spelling, and then it like.
I didn't even think of
eventually-
that. It just like transferred into
Yeah.
something.
Something completely different, but kind of also the same element.
Story, man.
I love.
He has a good
He's
flow.
an amazing storyteller. That's one thing that really captures.
When's he gonna
you.
get his own TV show?
He needs to get his. We'll vote for that. Hashtag
TV show.
get James' own TV show.
No. Hashtag TheOdd1sOut TV show.
Okay.
So it's more specific.
Specific. Gotcha. I love my
Don't
favorite
spell
part
it
of the
wrong.
whole thing was the ending. Because you know he's making money off his videos.
I don't know if those were true.
Oh, regardless if they're true or not, I think that's
Pizzas.
hysterical. He's right though. You can work really hard, but at the same time, he's working real hard on his YouTube channel, and he's got all those pizzas. So, the competition, because I think that's hysterical that he still has that
But
grudge.
I love that story. I love that
He's 6th grade, he still has that grudge.
Well, I like it shows how much older and mature he's gotten. The fact that he's not scared to tell people that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I had a spelling problem. It's like,
Yeah.
But back
And a
then,
speech impediment.
people at that age like would be like, I don't have a problem.
Yeah, well,
You know, it's nice
think,
to be able to.
Kids can be kind of mean, and I feel like at that age, kids have this ability to point out the worst in you, like they can just sense it. They're
But
just like
even
that
though-
one thing that you feel so deeply and strongly about. They have an ability to pick it up and just
Probably because
tear
they
you
have
down.
that exact same insecurity.
Yeah, true. But
Takes
also-
one to know one.
Okay, chill. Anyway, I like all those videos, and that one was no different.
Yeah, that was a good
so-
one. I really do like that one.
I'm excited to watch more of his stuff. As always, I think someone requested us to check out his second channel, so if you guys have any specific videos from that channel or from this one, please let us know in the comments below. And if you guys want to see more of us, make sure to check out the description box below. It's got our Snapchat and Instagram. Make sure to subscribe.
And as always, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. We love you guys. Have a good day, good night, good evening. Bye.